This is a song called Next Door. It's a bummer being next door. This is not my time for the gold mine I lay claim to. This just isn't my time. I'll ever be on time for. My love's always next door. My nose pressed against the crack in glass. I hear the laughter and all next door, next door. My love's always next door. Always 5 minutes past, like a bus you missed or a kiss thrown too fast. Brushing gently by her cheek, like a wisp of her hair. The mark is missed again, and then that kiss winds up next door. My heart pressed against the grimy floor. I hear the laughter roar next door, next door. My love's always next door. I don't have no special things to fill in all the cracks. So I'll call for pizza 30 minutes past, and the goddamn pizza man's next door. My tongue lashing behind gnashing teeth. Well, it's not worth this anymore. All my love ends up next door. My love's always next door.
I like the idea of, like, especially when you listen to a Beatles album, you hear like an almost, a rock tune, then a pop tune, then a classical tune, then a folk tune, and then possibly even a country tune, and they all seem to fit.
Well, yeah, that's something I'm always aiming for, because nothing bores me like an album where each track is stylistically going to the same places, or where it's the same keys,
right,
and musical phrases and so on. I really appreciate range, and I'm not claiming to do it well, but that's something I'm always aiming for. And the Beatles were the big influence for me, where it's just like you say it. Oh, they brought in a viola player, or they brought in a French horn, or whatever the case may be.
And even within the space of a single song, same. And then, truthfully, again, the Monkees did the same kind of thing. They all brought. With varying success. Obviously, there was some real bad stuff, obviously, just by nature of it. But
the word experiment implies not all will succeed.
Right, exactly. So, it's, so that's always the goal, of trying to make something cohesive out of something that by logic shouldn't be. But, music and the arts aren't logical.
Never.
They're not meant to be.
No.
And I think anybody trying to be logical about them from top to bottom, it doesn't work. So you have to throw the chance element in there a lot, and it'll either stick or it won't, and it'll let you know.
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
Yeah, there's. I'm hardly the first to say it. There is definitely such a thing as overthinking, especially during performance, of course.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in any attempt to create original material, there's as much instinct as intellect. I would feel anyway. But
right. Yeah. No. I mean, I was just saying before, off camera, that about the in playing live, I like the sort of. And I think this goes toward my love of someone like Pete Townsend of the Who, and especially the sort of the Keith Moon Who era, of course. If you see them live in that era of like 70, 71, around the Who's next, Moon was at the top of his game, like both just his character and his technique and his ability. But it was just ever that moment, which he's gonna fall off, and whistle via the bass trying to pull him back, and there's this constant push pull, and the tension is gorgeous. The tension is just magnificent, and it's just like I love that tension. I love the tension of being able to see somebody doing that, but somehow not going over the cliff and somehow getting through it.
Yeah,
maybe a bump here or there, but I like that tension of something that's not so polished that it's. It's like, don't be wrong, I like Sting, but there are times when you listen to some of the stuff. He's played certain songs so many times, right?
He's naming names.
I'm going to name names. I'm not an aficionado. I'm certainly more of an early Sting, via Police.
Sure.
But,
sure.
So yeah, every once in a while you'll hear him sing a song that he's sung a million times. And you can tell. Because it's so polished, there's no life in it.
Well, he'd probably agree with you. I think like a lot of
yeah.
veteran performers get tired of their old catalog, and that's part of their impulse to put new stuff out there to keep themselves interested and excited about what they're doing.
And that goes back to Neil Young. I mean, why I do like him, he's the same way. He won't go like one of his last albums. They had the album Living with War, where he went out and toured with CSNN. And they didn't do any of their old hits. They didn't do Ohio. They didn't do any of that stuff. They played the whole new record from top to bottom, and the audience a good large part of the audience hated it and called him un-American. Well, what were they expecting? I mean, they must know Neil Young by now that he's not ever going to do the same thing twice, really.
And yet stick to his guns the entire time.
Exactly. And then, as much as he's a grump, I mean, I gotta respect that.
Absolutely. Let's get back to you for a little while here.
Let's get back to
because he's a rock historian. We could be here for an entire mini-series if we keep going on
you got
this.
onto the history of rock.
Absolutely.